NFL fans, welcome back to the Con Podcast. Con stands for Crash Out NFL,
That's a
obviously.
new one.
Today, we are going to be going through our couple week one predictions, as well as like some betting odds stuff for some teams, and our end of season award winners. Pretty early, but we're going to go through it. Anyway, let's jump right into it with our game predictions. Owen, would you like to go first?
Actually, I want to say something. I just want to talk about our season schedule for the year. This is just a real quick thing. So through the 18 weeks, here's what we're going to be trying to be doing. We're going to be trying to be dropping twice a week. One is going to be talking about the games for the upcoming week, and the second video will be a recap for the games. And we're also going to be trying to produce a lot more YouTube shorts. We got a guy doing that for us. Yeah, as we haven't started yet, but it's coming. That's your weekly newsletter. All right, I'm going to start us off. We're going to start us off. We're each going to talk about one game that we think is going to be interesting, and we'll talk about the winner. My new team is now Titans at Bears, okay? And now, so I have the Bears winning by a field goal. I have the score being 21-24. That's my prediction. Anyway, so for most preseason games, what I do to rate them, it's not about the teamness. It's mainly about whatever team has the most newness on their roster. If you have a lot of new coordinators, a lot of new players, it takes a few games for you to adjust to playing with your new guys. And for that, that's why a lot of my early season predictions, they're going to see that in there. But for this game, these two teams might be the two most new teams in the NFL. They have a lot of newness. The Titans got a new head coach. Wesley, do they have the same coordinators? Titans?
Nah.
Different coordinators?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is wild.
Their entire coaching staff got kicked.
No way. That is a big change. That might take all season. They just pretty much have a new roster. Kind of have a new QB1. Will Levis full-time QB1. A lot of new faces in the O-line. A lot of new faces on offense. A lot of new faces in the secondary. Front seven is pretty much the same. That's the only thing I would say is the same. But the Titans, this is a different Tennessee Titans team that we've seen like the last 5 years. Same thing with the Bears. New quarterback, new wide receiver room. Just new look on offense. Defense is more of the same. Anyway, so this is a really close game for me. There's a lot of equal newness on each team. So I just picked the home team. And I thought it was going to be a really close game. I think it could go either way. I went with Bears just because they're home. That's the main reason I picked the Bears. But yeah, that sounds really lame. But that's just why I picked them. Home field advantage is real. All right, back to you.
Interesting take. So the game I picked this upcoming week, which first of all, NFL season starts this Thursday. Chiefs versus Ravens. Really hyped to see that. But the week one game that I'm most excited about is Jacksonville versus Miami. There's not a whole ton of interesting games this week. Chiefs Ravens is definitely one of them. But Jacksonville versus Miami kind of just caught my eye. You got Trevor Lawrence just got extended. He's now tied for the highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
No.
Yeah, no, because he's getting paid the same amount as Joe Burrow. Yeah,
he is. And Jordan Love's a little less. Jordan Love's a little less, right?
Yeah, Jordan Love's just a little less.
Okay,
anyway, he's tied for highest paid player in NFL history. You got a brand new wide receiver core. Just got Gabe Davis. Just got Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas looked really good in the preseason too. That was really good. Defense just got Eric Armstead. But Miami, man, they're just solid. They get Jalen Phillips back. They did get rid of Christian Wilkins, but they got Chop Robinson in the draft, which I think is going. If he plays the way he's looked in training camp and in the preseason, then I think hopefully he'll be one of the top defensive players in this class. Tua obviously also got extended. They just signed OBJ, wide receiver 3, probably the best wide receiver core in the NFL currently. Got the best wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 on your team. That is why I'm going to give the edge to Miami here. Miami wins 28-21 in a close matchup. I think it's going to go all the way down to the fourth quarter. This be tied, but I do think that the Miami Dolphins are going to come on top in this one because if you've seen, Miami Dolphins have always looked really good in the early season, but in the late season they kind of collapse sometimes. Like they beat the Broncos 70-20, but then they lose to the Titans 27-28. So that's why I'm going to give Miami the edge here. Anyway, let's move on to a new segment. We've never done this before. We're going to go to betting odds. Okay, so what this means is we're going to each demonstrate a team. We think that you guys, if you do bet on Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings, whatever, we're gonna give you some tips on who you should bet on. So if Carlyle wants to go ahead and go first on his team, he can.
All right, so my team, this is actually the most underfavored team as of right now. I'm 95% sure. I made this like a day ago. But anyway, I'm going with the Patriots. And the Bengals are huge favorites. They are 8.5 favorites right now. I picked the Patriots because I don't have. Listen, I'm a Bengals fan, okay, and I don't have a lot of faith in early season Bengals. In the last 2 years, we don't look good in early season, especially week one. Burrow is like, dude, Burrow has like -5 fantasy points in the last 2 week ones, like combined. Like he's like -5 fantasy points. It's horrible. Like the Bengals just don't jump out week one a lot. We get strong as the season goes on, but like early season we don't jump out. So I don't have a lot of faith in them. And I can see the Patriots realistically winning this game, much less covering the spread. So that's why I picked the Patriots as my team.
Interesting. Yeah, Bengals have not been very steady early weeks, unlike the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been really good. Anyway, my team.
Well, who
I think
wins
you
in the
guys should
playoffs?
bet on. Yeah, my team. I think you guys should bet on is the Atlanta Falcons. They are the overdogs here. They have -3. They're -3 in the spread. Over under 42. I'm gonna bet the under on the. Or actually, no, I'm gonna take that bet. I will bet the over on that one. I do think that over under is set at 42.5. I will bet the over on that one. But anyway, I do think the Falcons are gonna win. Obviously, Steelers are in a interesting quarterback situation between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. But Atlanta, they just got their new franchise quarterback. They got Drake London, wide receiver 1, Bijan, Kyle Pitts still, great weapons. Defense, they improved. They got Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, probably the best safety duo in the league. Picked Michael Penix. I don't think he'll get any PT, but draft class very weak. Did not like that draft class at all. But I still think with the weapons they got, they're going to win this game. I think they will cover the spread as well. I just don't think Pittsburgh is. They're in an interesting situation with they got rid of Deontay Johnson. They did just extend Cameron Hayward though, just a couple hours ago too though. So that's cool.
Did
to
they?
think
I didn't see
about.
that. Are you sure
Yeah,
about that?
they just extended him like for a 3-year deal. But I would bet on the Falcons. I think it is one of the easiest games to bet on. It's gonna be that's probably my second game I would have picked if it wasn't for Jacksonville Miami. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. But anyway, yeah. All right. This is going to be sort of a shorter episode. We're going to go ahead and move on real quick to our award winners. So that is
Oh, they
MVP
did. They
Offensive Player of
did.
the
They
Year.
did.
Yeah.
Man, that's cheap. Man, that is
Yeah, I
cheap.
know. Well, he's old, so.
Dude, but still, I mean, he's still like an elite. Well, that is cheap.
He's still an X factor in Madden, so.
Dude, I was about to do it. Yeah. He's still good.
Anyway,
he's still like a top like 70 lineman. He should be getting paid more.
Yeah,
like no
he's
one's
got
getting, there's no way he's getting paid the same as Arik Armstead.
Yeah,
like to me that's crazy.
Eric Armstead is good. He's better.
Yeah, but Cameron Hayward's better. Okay, listen,
but
they're better.
No. I take it back. You're right. He is better, but for his age, that's relatively good price. But anyway, we're gonna move on to our award.
It's got to be like a team friend. It's like a team friendly deal. It's a team friendly deal in my opinion. All right.
Yeah. No. He definitely did that just stay on the team because he wants.
We're gonna go MVP picks.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna move on to our award winners. We're gonna do MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. We're gonna start with Carlyle here. Go ahead and pick your MVP.
Yeah, I like to go first. All right, so my MVP pick is drum roll, please. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. I know what you're saying. This guy, he lost Stephon Diggs. Actually, I think that's all he lost in offense. He just lost Stephon Diggs. But anyway, I just want to think about like the last 3 MVPs. The only one that had an actual wide receiver one was Aaron Rodgers, who had Devontae Adams. And then after Devontae Adams, his wide receiver core was not very good.
No,
he didn't have a number 2.
Tom Brady had Mike Evans.
Yeah, he didn't win MVP with Bucks. A-Rod won 2.
He didn't.
He didn't. I mean, yeah, it was Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson didn't have really any weapons last year. It was just him. Patrick Mahomes didn't really have a wide receiver one either. I mean, and I think the Buffalo Bills this year reminded me a ton of the Kansas City Chiefs about 2 years ago. A ton. And they won a Super Bowl. But Patrick Mahomes is a lot better than Josh Allen. Just because, it's series like QBs. Like, it's like Mahomes is here. Right here is like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. Like here is like about 10 other quarterbacks that I would say franchise quarterbacks. Here is like starters. Then here is like okay backups, and then like there, like way down here is like Daniel Jones. All right,
Oh, he's got his own
he's
category.
he's pretty far down there.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
my
Hold on, wait.
MVP.
You fine. Guess you can go.
My MVP
Go.
pick is drumroll, please.
No way, you just gave yourself a drum roll.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Get it.
I don't like Mahomes at all. He's probably one of my least favorite players in the league. Not his fault. It's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's fault. But I think we're going to have a 2019-2020 repeat year. We got Lamar Jackson winning the MVP, taking his team into the playoffs and ultimately losing. Next year, Mahomes wins MVP. Has a career, not a career year, but a pretty good year. I do think that Mahomes is going to win the MVP.
That is a hot take.
He has upgraded receiver core.
Does he?
Although,
Does he?
Yeah, he definitely does have.
The receiver is getting suspended. Marquise Brown is like out for the year.
He's out for looking like 1 week. He's out for week 1,
that's true.
and that's
I swear he's on IR.
Look it up right now. He's literally out for week 1, and that's it. Anyway, he did get Xavier Worthy, which is, I don't like him, but people are saying he's Tyreek Hill 2.0. But it's Patrick Mahomes, man. You can't doubt him. Defense is still great. Still's got a tough offensive line. Still's got Taylor Swift's boyfriend. But it's just, you can't doubt Mahomes.
All right.
You really can't.
You might be right. You might be right.
Everybody doubted him this year. I don't doubt him. I don't like him. Not a fan of him. I wish he could go play baseball or something, but the man is a good football player.
He can't play baseball. It's not legal.
That's why I got him playing or winning MVP. Anyway,
but
move on.
But he's not allowed to play baseball because he owns like 40% of the Royals. So he's not allowed.
I know, but yeah, that would be.
Also, the Royals are so bad, aren't they? Actually, I don't know. I haven't followed baseball in a minute.
No, they are pretty bad.
I only follow football now.
Bobby Wood is tough. Anyway, let's move on to offensive player of the year.
Is he still on? Go ahead. But irrelevant. My offensive player of the year is drumroll, please. You don't need a drum roll. No more drum rolls. Only for MVP. My offensive player of the year is my boy, Jamar Chase. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going Saquon Barkley because Jamar Chase is holding out. Yeah, I'm changing a lot of my stuff. I do that actually a lot. You guys don't know that. Like, I'll have my paper and be like, I don't like that, and I'll just change it all the time. That's a little tidbit. All right, anyway, I'm going Saquon Barkley instead because, listen, the Eagles always have good running backs. Even when they collapse late season, they still have good running backs. I mean, the two running backs they had weren't, great before. Like, Miles Sanders just showed he's horrible without the Eagles. DeAndre Swift wasn't great. He was okay. He was, a lot of potential guy. And I think he's going to be okay in Chicago, but I don't think he'll ever be as good as he was with the Eagles. Even without Jason Kelce, they still have one of the second best, I think, the Lions, on paper at least. The Lions have a better offensive line. But the Eagles still have a really good offensive line. And Saquon Barkley, the Giants have had a horrible offensive line, and he's been a consistent 1,000-yard rusher. So I think he could easily be 1,600, 1,800 yards this year and win offensive player of the year.
Interesting take. I mean, I'm not going to bet against you. I like Saquon. I think he's got a better team now. The Giants were very putrid, except for that 1 year, 2 years ago. But my offensive player of the year is, no drum roll please, Tyreek Hill. Yeah. So
he's never won it, has he? He's never won it.
No. So
that's pretty surprising. I thought he won it.
You see a trend here. Tyreek Hill. It's always how do I put this? Tyreek Hill is him, basically. Basically what I'm trying to say is Tyreek Hill is probably one of the greatest receivers in modern day. He's never really been,
I guess.
He's never really been bad. He's never been bad. It's just nobody has given him the appreciation he's deserved. Obviously, this year was kind of like I don't understand how he didn't win Offensive Player of the Year.
Christian McCaffrey.
In all reality,
McCaffrey.
In all reality, Tyreek Hill deserved that.
Reality, Christian McCaffrey was insane.
He had 1,800 yards, right? And he missed a couple
Christian
games.
McCaffrey's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, but he missed a couple games because of her ankle. Honestly, if he did not get hurt against the
Dude, I remember for the first 12 games, he was my MVP pick. Then I got hurt, and then I was like, Christian McCaffrey's in.
Well,
He was my
exactly.
MVP.
This is
So
why. This is why Tyreek Hill is on his vengeance here, and that's why I think he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. I don't really need a description, but that is my Offensive Player of the Year. Anyway, DPOY. Moving on. Go ahead.
all right, mine is probably the most obvious, basic wannabe pick ever, but it's Micah Parsons because I always feel like he's like right there, and then he just doesn't get it. But I think he'll get it this year. I think it will be him. I think only about 5 players, and I think it has to be an edge rusher at this point. That's just like same way quarterbacks have to win MVPs. Edge rushers got to win defensive player. So that leaves about 5. Maybe there's a few wild card candidates like Aiden Hutchinson, but no, I don't think he will. I think there's 5, and that's Micah, Nick Bosa, T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby. T.J. Watt's old, so I'm not really betting on him. Myles Garrett just won it, and I don't like 2 times in a row winners, so I never picked that. So that leaves Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, and Max Crosby. Nick Bosa looked the worst out of the 3 last year, so I took him out. Moves us 2. And then I just like Micah Parsons better than Max Crosby. Also, I think Max Crosby plays too many snaps to be as effective as Micah Parsons. They can afford not to play nearly as many snaps as Max Crosby. So that's why I picked Micah Parsons. There's my little process of elimination.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think of that till now. I just picked Micah Parsons. But that's how my brain worked. I guess in that scenario.
Cool. That's kind of cool, actually. Anyway.
Yeah. Fist bump?
This one. La 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 la. Right, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do my defensive player of the year. You might have heard of him. His name is Micah Parsons. Am I copying you?
He's not good.
No. Am I copying you? No. Am I copying you? No. Don't say I did. Don't say it. Don't say it. If you say it, I'm going to have a crash out. Anyway.
I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out NFL.
Micah Parsons is definitely, it's his year. This is his year. It's always contract year. This is the year his rookie deal contract expires. He needs to show out if he wants to get paid the big bucks. Obviously, Cowboys, if they do extend Dak Prescott, he's not getting that money. He's going to have to go somewhere else. But if they...
What are you talking about?
Dude, the Cowboys have no money. They can't
Dude,
afford Micah
yes,
Parsons.
because they're playing like 50 players, but like in like 3 years when Micah's contract kicks in, he'll be one of like the 50 players they're paying. There is zero chance Micah Parsons is not a Cowboy in like 7 years, unless he like gets shot or just has like the worst NFL fall off of all time since like Antonio Brown and like Tre'Davious White. There's no way he's not a Cowboy.
Anyway, contract year for Micah. He needs to show out.
It's not a contract year for Micah either. It's not a contract year for Micah either. He's like 2 years left on his contract.
No, he does not.
He was drafted in 2021.
No,
this is his 4th season. Yes, it was because he was drafted the same draft as Jamar.
I'm gonna look it up.
He has played 3 years in the NFL because he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Then he got second for Defensive Player of the Year. Then he got second for Defensive Player of the Year. Duh.
I'm looking it up right
now.
The
person who said duh in like 6 years.
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. So this is definitely not Micah Parsons' contract year. It's through 2025. No. Wow. I actually didn't know that. Like, I'm actually genuinely flabbergasted by that. Anyway, still, Micah Parsons...
You generally should do 20 push-ups right now.
Yeah.
Just generally should do 20 push-ups.
It's his
do
year
20 push-ups. Do 20 push-ups.
I'm not doing 20 push-ups.
Do 20 push-ups. If I got something wrong with that, I would do 20 push-ups.
That's it. We're running there.
Hey, does the camera fall? Leave the camera... Oh, wait for the camera. Wait for the camera. No, you can see him going up. You can see him going up. You can see that. You can see him putting in the work. You can see that.
9, 10, 11.
No one can even see you anymore. You're off camera now.
I'm down here. Come here.
It's like, come to father.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm done. Anyway.
All right, good.
Light work. Anyway. This is Micah Parsons. This is Micah Parsons' not contract year, but I still think he's going to show out. DPOY. And when whoever announces the award, probably going to be like Katy Perry or somebody.
It's going to be Lamar Jackson. It's going to be Lamar Jackson from the corner, not like the quarterback, the corner.
The corner?
The corner. The corner.
Anyway, whoever announces the pick is going to say the name Micah Parsons on NFL Honors Night. All right. Anyway, we're closing in on the last few. We're gonna go to Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Rookie.
Or Offensive Rookie. Goodness,
Tell me.
goodness.
Okay. Anyway, so there's actually a lot of options here. I could have gone a lot of ways. I went Malik Neighbors because he looks absolutely bonkers, bananas, insane in training camp. The Giants have a horrible wide receiver core, just horrible offense. Malik Neighbors is the only guy whose name 95% of you know on that offense, other than like Daniel Jones. So like 95% of y'all casual fans don't even know anyone other than Malik Neighbors. So Malik Neighbors is just going to be a beast. Since I've been like looking at drafts, so probably for the last 5 years, Malik Neighbors is the second best, my second highest graded wide receiver prospect. Guess who the first was?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Nope, it was Garrett. No, kidding. It was Marvin Harrison. Yeah, but Marvin Harrison was also really good. I just think Malik Neighbors will get it because I think he's just going to be insane. It's really close. I could see Marvin Harrison getting it. I can't really see a quarterback getting it because I just don't like when quarterbacks win it. Yeah, it's just straight up.
All
How
right.
much money you got? Straight up. How much money you got? All right, go.
Anyway, well, now we're copyrighted, but it's okay. We're not making money yet. Anyway, well, I'm gonna go to a guy that you kind of just said, Marvin Harrison Jr. That is my winner. Y'all forget how
Winner,
good
chicken
Kyler
dinner.
Murray is. Y'all forget how good Kyler Murray is. Before Kyler Murray, they
Dude,
were
Kyler Murray's
buns.
actually so freaking
Like,
underrated. Everyone in
Kyler
here might remember
Murray,
him.
yeah, Kyler Murray is really underrated. Offensive line is not even that bad. Now that it's just the defense that's putrid. They only have Buda Baker and that's it. But they just got Ennis Rakestraw, who's unfortunately hurt right now. But he'll probably come back soon.
Who?
Anyway,
Wait,
Ennis
who?
Rakestraw. Ennis Rakestraw.
Dude, like the corner on the Ravens?
No.
Like Ennis Rakestraw Jr.? The corner?
Defensive. Who am I thinking of? Who's the defensive?
Dude, Ennis
end on the
Rakestraw Jr.
Cardinals?
is a corner taking the second round.
Defensive and
Justin Jones?
and
Oh, BJ Ojulari. Is it BJ?
no. Who's on the Cardinals?
BJ. Zaven Collins?
Who did they just draft?
Oh, Darius Robinson?
Darius Robinson.
Robinson.
That's his name. Darius Robinson. Not Ennis Rakestraw.
Actually,
Darius
they were
Robinson.
low-key similar prospects. They were low-key really similar
Yeah.
prospects. Like, they just play different positions, but they were low-key similar.
All right.
So, yeah,
Anyway,
I get it. But that
Darius
was
Robinson.
negative aura.
Darius Robinson is hurt right now, but he will come back if the defense could step up, or honestly, even if Kyler Murray could just step up and get the ball down to Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he will win Offensive Player of the Year or Offensive Rookie of the Year. Goodness. But anyway, I don't like this quarterback class. I think it's a lot of talent, but it's just a lot of bust potential there. A lot of projects, a lot of projects. Goodness. But wide receiver class is dangerous. Wide receiver class is dangerous this year. I mean, they got Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas. You got freaking Lad McConkey, who's routing it up on the Chargers practice facilities, right? But still, I do think Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the third betting odds, right behind Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams for Offensive Player or Offensive Rookie of the Year. But I do think because the Cardinals really don't have a wide receiver, he's going to get a lot of targets and a lot of catches. So that is.
Hey, who was the number 2 again?
Who was the who?
Who still is the number 2?
Greg
There's a couple guys, but there's a couple guys who could be. There's like they got like 5 guys that are like dead even. I'm gonna check that. But number 2 is Michael Wilson. It's Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson.
Well, actually, I think it is Zay Jones, but he's suspended.
Not Elijah Higgins.
Don't know what that is. It was between like Zay Jones. It was between like Zay Jones, Michael Wilson, and like Greg Dortch.
Greg Dortch is tough. I love him. Greg Dortch is.
Wait, don't they have Rondale Moore? No.
Yeah.
They did have Rondale Moore.
No, they traded him to the Falcons.
Falcons
right.
for Desmond Ridder. And then they cut Desmond Ridder. Dude, that was crazy. That was like the weirdest cut I saw. That was so dumb. Like, that was the only cut I was like, what the Sigma just happened? That was the only one I was like that. All right, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Anyway,
I'm going to do mine.
Move on to our final part, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
All right, I'm not going to lie. This defensive class low-key sucks. Like, I found, like, this was so hard for me to pick. I ended up picking Devondre Sweat. Devondre Sweat. Get out. I ended up picking up Devondre Sweat. But, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a lot of big rookie producers. There was no one I was like, this guy is going to be really good. So I ended up picking Devondre Sweat because he looked really good in training camp. He in preseason, he just looks so good. So I think he is going to have immediate day one impact on the Titans. And the Titans got some really good guys. They actually have a really underrated front seven. They got Jeff Simmons, Harold Landry coming off a 10-sack year. The Nico Autry suspended, but he comes back like week 8, right?
He's not even on the team anymore. He's on
Really?
the Texans. Yeah, he's on the Texans.
Oh, that is right.
He did get suspended though. He did get suspended for.
He got suspended. I forgot. Okay, yeah. Well, there's two
Arden
guys.
Key.
So yeah. Actually, I low-key hated the draft pick, but I mean, he looks pretty good. So I think he's going to pan out.
Arden Key. Don't forget about Arden Key.
Arden Key's not a beast. Arden Key's like a good third edge rusher. Like he's not like a beast. Hey, Crash Out NFL. It's been like 2 hours. So what happened was Wesley's internet came out and I couldn't leave, so I just sit here for 2 hours. I did a lot of fantasy football stuff. It's been a really long time. It's been a really long time. If I didn't finish my defensive rookie of the year, I'm sorry. Wesley's going to do his defensive rookie of the year.
All right. Anyway, defensive rookie of the year. Where did I leave off? I left off at my choice. My defensive rookie of the year is Byron Murphy. I'm gonna tell you why. This defensive class is very weak. Not a whole lot of talent. Obviously, there's corner talent with How am I blanking on their names? Nobody cares about them. Hold on. Who cares about them?
Terry
Nobody.
Arnold,
and Quinshawn Judkins. Wait, no, that's the Ohio State receiver. Whoever the other guy's name is.
Quinshawn Judkins. What is it? He's from Toledo. I remember what it looks like. Okay, I remember a scouting report. Okay, whatever.
Who cares about him? Nobody cares about him. They're not winning anyway. I'm going to go with Byron Murphy. The reason why you have not seen a lot of secondary people win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Last one to do it was Sauce Gardner. And before that, it was Marcus Peters, like a long time ago before you and I were
2016.
born. Yeah, like 2016. But still, that's a decent time ago. So this is why I think Byron Murphy's going to win. I don't think that the defensive back class is strong enough to win. I don't think the secondary class is strong enough to win. Obviously, the safety is definitely not. But I do think that the defensive tackle class was good. Tavondre Sweat, you got Byron Murphy, you got also the edges, you got Dallas Turner, and Laitu, that's his name. Laitu. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna win. But I do think that Byron Murphy is the strongest pick to win because he is a defensive tackle. He is on a strong defensive line with Leonard Williams and Boye Mafe. But I do think that he's going to win. I'm going to give him like a 6.5 to 7 sack season. So that concludes the Crash Out NFL podcast. I'm sorry about my internet cut out. It's probably going to be laggy second half of the video for those who made it. We tried to keep this video under about like 30 minutes. I'll probably cut a lot of it out. So, but anyway,
cut out my 2 hour wait. Where I just
thank you guys.
Generations.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Send this to your boyfriend's mother. Your boyfriend's mother.
Okay, wait. Actually, I need everyone watching this video to go out and make subscribers because we need 1,000 subscribers.
We're trying to do is we're trying to get an army of people. We're gonna call them the Con Army, or Con Artists. Crash Out NFL Artists, Con Artists.
Dude, that's tough.
Oh, that's tough.
Dude, that's tough.
Anyway,
listen, we need y'all to go make subscribers. Like I do it every day. I'm sitting at my table with a ton of people I barely know and be like, "Are y'all subscribed to Crash Out NFL?" Like I need everyone to start doing that. Like spread it to people you know from different schools. Spread the legend of Crash Out NFL. Like I would prefer y'all to watch the videos. I want y'all to watch videos, but like y'all can just subscribe. Like, It doesn't hurt y'all. It's not going to hurt y'all. It's not going to cost any money. Just subscribe.
So, Con Artists, all you guys, go out, get people to subscribe. Share this to your boyfriend's mother, your boyfriend's father, your boyfriend's dead grandparents. Get them out of the grave. Make sure they press that subscribe button. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.
All right.
We will see you all when the season starts. Peace out.